Hello guys! Welcome to my vlog. Char. Yeah, welcome to our online class guys. So this is Ma'am Rich Rosol and today we're going to have our topic with regards of architectural drawing and how to create floor plan. Alright, so guys, no? So on our previous activity, so we have the conceptualization of your house design. So this time kasi guys, you're going to create a two-story residential wherein you're going to apply some of the basic and of course advanced on architecture. So ibig sabihin guys, kung nung nakaraan one story lang yung ginawa nyo, this time this will be two-story. And of course, it will be more of specific with regards of the detailing and specification of some of your designs. So let's get started with some of the considerations with regards of planning of your design. So one thing that you might be thinking is how are you going to develop appropriate floor plans? So kagaya niyan ngayon guys, no? So level up kayo. So two-story na ang gagawin nyo. So ano ba yung mga basic steps na you need to apply? So same as with what you have done on your previous subject with me with regards of plan designing. Okay, so you need to consider the following in your floor plan making. So of course, apat yan guys. So we have here the homeowner considerations. Una, ano ba yung interest and hobbies nila? So you need to consider that. Of course, kasi it has something to do with the spaces that you wanted to apply on your design. And then what could be the styles na prefer nila? Where is it located? Particularly yung structure. Baka mamaya, is it something that we wanted to be built on yung mga rocky mountains or sa kapatagan, pwede rin sa karagatan. So it depends on your client. And the most important thing that you should ask your client is if they have enough budget, if they can afford. Of course, it has something to do with the materials and other things that they needed to, of course, dun sa consideration ng designs nila na gusto nilang maipatayo. Okay, so it's all about your clients dealing with regards of the budget. Next is what should you include on your designs? So it has something to do with the numbers of occupants. So yung bedroom, ilang living area or living room, kitchen, dining, baths, closet, etc. Okay, so guys, it depends on kung ilan yung occupants and at the same time kung ilan ang gusto ng client mo. Next is, of course, the traffic and flow of your furnitures, of your rooms. Paano ba yung flow of traffic nito from one room to another? So, there's something to do with the plant flow considerations. And last but not least is, of course, the space for your heating and cooling equipment. And of course, kasama na rin dyan yung electrical and plumbing. So, those are what we call mechanical considerations. Alright, let's proceed on our next slide. So, these are some of the vocabulary that we're going to use on our topic. Okay, so we have the working triangle, furniture plans, structural calculations, and schedules. When we say working triangle, so ito yung kitchen triangle na kinoconsider natin if we're going to place the stove, fridge, and sink. Okay, so usually, it should be like 3.65 meters to up to 6 meters yung kanyang space. Furniture plans. Paano ka mag-arrange ng inyong furniture and what could be the most important furnitures that you wanted to include on your design. Next is the structure calculations. So it's something to do with the structural numbers of your construction and the schedules of the doors and windows as you prepare on your plan. Alright, so we have here basic room sizes and door sizes. That is actually ang kanyang measurement is already converted into metric system. Kasi ito kanina, ito ay naka-convert into inches. So that's why, so dahil mas prefer natin yung metric system, so we have converted it into metric. So mas madali kasi siyang i-apply. Anyway, so we have here some of the basic room sizes: living, dining, kitchen, bath, bedroom para sa masters, and then of course bedroom, yung usual bedroom natin, no? And then entrance hall, powder room, a half bath, utility hall with stairs with garage. Pwedeng single, pwedeng double, and then if you have the workshop and closet depth. Okay, so we have here some of the basic door sizes, the front door, the back door, interior room, single, double garage door, and the patio. Okay, so guys, as you can see here, the doors width are not the same, but the height are all the same except on the patio and French doors. Okay, so we have here samples of a door schedule. As you can see, it includes the plan and of course kung ano yung mag-iitsura niya with regards of the elevation. So we have here the standard, the bifold, so sliding and then pockets. So yung standard natin, so this is the swinging doors. So we also have here the accordion, the Dutch, French, and the double action swinging, which has 2 hinges. That's why it can move to and fro, okay, as it swings. Next is the window schedule. So maraming kayong pwedeng gamitin na design for your windows. So usually I will require you to have at least 2 to 3 types of window schedule that you need to include on your plan, kasi you need to have variation. So it depends on the styles that you wanted to apply on your design. So we have here the usual, the casement window, the jalousie. So pwede po kayo mag-modify. Just make sure that you're going to include the materials that you're going to use, and of course the height requirement. Just make sure that it will not be like violating the code or the National Building Code with regards of the specific height requirement for your windows. Alright, so we have here wall types. So guys, so I know that you already knew that we have different thickness of wall type with regards of if it is going to be used for exterior and interior. So dapat guys, you already know about it. So here there is a sample here wherein you're going to specifically include if you're going to use brick or stone, or let's say concrete, and then the siding, which is at least 8 inches thick for the stucco, and of course the interior partition. So the interior and exterior wall are different in thickness guys, so it depends on the materials that you're going to use. So we have here kitchen symbols and some of the sizes. So here we have included here some of the basic kitchen fixtures that you might apply on your design. So we have here the bowl with a sink. You may use a 2-bowl sink or a single bowl sink. We have the dishwasher. So Filipino naman tayo, isa wala ng dishwasher, no? Lababo na lang agad. And then the refrigerator, and we have here the electric range and gas range. So we have here the sample of the kitchen working triangle wherein, as you can see, so it is drawn from the front of the sink. No, yung sink is easily accessible to the range and of course to the fridge. So you should apply the kitchen work triangle on your design. So we have here as well some of the hanging cabinets, no, yung mga wall cabinets. So this is included on the texture. Alright, so we have here the base cabinet and island. Okay, moving forward, so we have here some of the necessity that you need to apply. So first, the closets. So guys, yung nakikita nyo mga vertical lines and medyo lumilis into the particular angle na nagiging diagonal siya. So those are rods, or let's say, gawin natin Tagalog, hanger. So these are usually applied to show that this is a drawing symbol for closet. So baka yung iba nagtataka kung ano yung mga lines na yun, okay? So we have your cross and rod, and then we have here rod and shelf. Alright, so guys, so since you're going to have 2-story residential design, so you'll be applying stairs and you need to have stair details. So later we're going to discuss about the stairs, okay? So we have different types of stairs and of course the shape of stairs and materials that you might want to use when you are going to design the stairs. So kasama lahat yun. So we have here plumbing symbols or some of the fixtures that you might use on the design of your toilet and bath and for your laundry. So we have here as well some of the sizes that will help you. So this is actually in inches, and you might want to convert it into metric system, okay? Alright, so this will be the requirements for your 2-star residential plan. So maximum floor area should be like 100 square meters, guys. Maximum floor area yan. It is different from the lot area, which is 240 square meters. Alright, so it should include the setbacks, okay, from front, yung rear, and then the two sides. So you should allot yung tinatawag natin na setbacks. And of course, we have here the maximum house length, yung pinakahaba niya, which is 18 meters, and yung kanyang depth would be at least 10 meters. So you should maximize this, guys. Those basic room sizes that have been shown previously, so you might want to consider that. But sabi nga, no, there is this preferred dimensions. Just imagine that I would be your client. I would be wanting, ito yung aking available space. So, you should consider this space with regards of the designing. So, pwedeng malimit ka kasi nga, maring maliit sa ito, baka malaki para sa iyo to. Pero dito natin pwedeng gamitin ngayon yung ating talagang, yung skills mo, yung talent mo, ang designing. So, talagang mapapaisip ka kung paano ko nga pa i-layout yung aking design dito. Next is, of course, so dapat guys, no, basic structure lang tayo ng mga roofing. So, no odd shapes or angles, nakakalokang angles kasi kayo rin naman na mahirapan yun. Especially on the structural members, no, yung mga details of yung mga roof framing plans ninyo. So, kasama kasi yun, guys. So, your house must include the following basic features. Basic features to, guys, no? Garage, porch, or patio, pwede siyang deck. First, built on slab lang tayo, ibig sabihin wala tayong basement. So, just 2-story residential only tayo, no? You may consider 1 to 2 baths. Okay? Minimum yun. So, pwede kang magtatlo, ibig sabihin. Okay? So, depende po yan. Kasi, 2 floors tayo, no? 2 floors. So, you might want to consider, okay, 2 baths or 3 baths. It depends upon you. 3 bedrooms, minimum. So, pwede kang mag-apat. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, this is not basic nuclear family. When we say basic nuclear family, you have the mother, the father, and the child. Okay? And next is the kitchen and dining. Okay? And you need to at least use 2 different window types. So, for example of that, double hang, casement, bay, or bow. So, depende po sa inyo kung anong ilalagay niyo. You just need to be specific on your window types. So, pwede rin po doon, applicable din ito as well doon sa ating door types. Okay? Next is, I believe you're finished on creating this, no? Kasi, if ever lang naman na hindi ka pa nakapag-layout ng bubble diagram, so you might want to reconsider your design. Okay? Especially ito, no? Magiging very applicable yung bubble diagram. Okay? So, we have here a sample wherein, of course, you might need to show, no, yung inyong bubble diagram. So, you're done with conceptualizing. So, first, so, syempre, bago ka gumawa ng schematic and detailed floor plan, you need to have your bubble diagram. So, yun lang naman yung pinaka-basic. At least you have an idea for the location of your spaces. Of course, importante yan. Okay? Ito. Another thing that you must do is estimating the materials that you're going to use. Ma'am, paano po ba yun? Okay, you need to create a checklist of the materials that you're going to use for your residential structure. And you might want to go to, you might want to go to, let's say, sa mga hardware shops, how much will be the materials. You may get some of yung listing na kanilang prices. Ang maganda nito, guys, is very good talaga kayo pag gumawa kayo ng quotation. Ang quotation, ibig sabihin talagang meron kayo mga specific hardwares, let's say, hardware A, B, and C na pinuntahan, and then you try to differentiate kung magkano yung mga materials nila, and then you can come up like para kayong magbibiding kayo kung ano yung mas mura pero may quality na materials, no? Kasama po yun. So we have here, no, as well yung doors and windows schedule. So, ibig sabihin dalawa na yan. Aside from the costing of the materials, you also need to be particular on the door and window schedules. So, kasama to, no? So, you need to mark dito sa drawing ninyo, no? Kung ano yung mga gagamitin yung doors and windows and ilan, gaano siya kalaki. So, how big is the opening, what type of material that you're going to use, and the actual size of the unit. So, this will be something like you really need to work it out kasi hindi ka lang magli-layout. Para ka na rin ito actually ito na nasa field ka. Aside that you're creating your layout plan, you also need to be familiarized with the materials that you're going to use. Para hindi ka lang nanguhula, especially the specification of materials that you're going to use. Okay? So, tatlo na yan. Aside from your bubble diagram first, and then the initial layout of your plan, you also need to have the estimates of materials that you're going to use. So, syempre, no, pag layout ka na, you need to come up with the estimate of materials that you need to, like, for example, kung totoo na to, that you may want to present on your client. Okay, so kasama talaga to. And, of course, you have the doors and window schedules. Ayan, labeling, and dimensioning. So, what is required to build the house? So, ano ba yung requirement para makapagpatayo ka ng isang bahay? Okay, so, it's very important that you know this. It's because, kung ito na talaga yung tatahakin mo na field. So, what are the things that you need to consider? So, nasa unit 1 yan, di ba? Kung binasa nyo at inaral nyo, so masasagot nyo yung katanungan na ito. Okay? So, you should answer this. What is the requirement to build a house? Okay? So, this will be one of your assignment. So, we have here labels and furniture. So, room labels are, you have the window and door schedule marks, the utility labels, mirror and medicine cabinet notes, kitchenware triangle, and furniture. So, while we have here the basic structure, like the walls, doors and windows, counters, plumbing, and then the fixtures. With regards of dimensioning, you have the inside and outside dimensions, door and window locations, and of course, the truss and rafter notes. Okay, let's proceed on this. So, we have what we call it group dimensioning. So, it's placing all the dimensions of your wall and features in one step. Ito, kasama natin ang design notes. So, these are special notes that will call the attention of the drawing, okay, that is not easily recognizable, especially, no, yung mga details, no, unseen details na only the designer know. So, kayo po yung maglalagay ng special notes na ito. Okay, so symbols. So, these are a group of elements to represent features like furnitures or fixtures, and furniture plans. So, those are plans dedicated to show possible furniture arrangement and flow. So, somehow, para ka na rin interior designer dito. Okay? So, we have here furniture planning. So, when developing furniture plans, you need to remember, okay, you need to remember and consider the rooms to move around. Ibig sabihin, from one place to another, from one space to another, you can easily access it, and the travel period will be like not too long. Okay, you may use buffers like some of the furnitures if you're not going to use yung ating mga interior walls, no? If you wanted or you're planning to create an open type of floor plan, pero kung closed type siya, no, you might make sure that the travel period will be easily accessible from one room to another. And also remember to add items, yung mga miscellaneous items na tinatawag natin, like lamps or yung mga end tables, dressers, etc. No? Pwedeng yung mga mahilig sa music. Like say like piano and plants, kasama yung plants, kasama po yan. So you need to include that on your plan.